This is a Sarun Truko, Tibetan traditions yoga meant for advanced practice. In the modern world context, it's very beneficial in many levels. I found it's nice to incorporate that to our practice. So we don't need to wait until finishing the generation stage. First, standing up, then they do the refuge, bodhicitta, and for imageable, incorporating the body movement. Then we're gonna sit. So those of you who want to do on the chair, perfectly fine. So I want you to be mindful, whatever works for you. So then we're gonna sit, do a few warm up exercise, then segue into the turko according to our lineage, ear whisper lineage. As you may know, there are many traditions, many lineages, and many practices and different forms and modified forms. So anything would work if we do correctly. Don't feel about, oh, this is different from what I learned from this teacher and so forth. So just trust in your capability, capacity to adapt. You already have a body, human body. Recently, I talked about the human body, Buddha body, human mind, Buddha mind. You are here to have a confidence and trust in your capacity to really go deeper to the core of who and what you are, as well as benefiting the physical health. Just basic anatomy, because it's very important when we meditate, especially the kind of meditation we do, is we want to know a little bit anatomy, like a spiritual anatomy. Of course, the physical anatomy is there, but the core. So in the Western science or Western world, physical thing and non-physical thing do not communicate. Like mind-body dichotomies. But in this system, there is a place called Vajra body, which is not completely physical, but not completely mental. It's like a bridging the mind and body. So in this series, we are particularly focusing on this Vajra body, sometimes called Satar body, wisdom body, feeling body. There are many names for that. There is a theory and there is an explanation. Most important thing is your direct experience, so that you can own it. You can own that Vajra body, which is a immaculate, exquisite body each of us has. So breath work is very important, and breathing. Especially we do this base breathing or bars breathing. So that's the particular uniqueness maybe in Tibetan tradition. Of course, in Indian tradition, Kumbhaka or those practice available, but all the movement will be done with the bars breathing. So particularly this one, Turko. There are many different level of base breathing. Most of base breathing we use is Janrung. It's called gentle bars breathing. Used to it. Very important not to force. That's one thing. Then we go incorporate the visualization and meditation. So this practice is supposed to be done after generation stage, which means you are already Idan or divine presence. So at least you have a sense of this divine pride. So not to be just a chunk of physical body. Many of you may not have a Idan practice, but some people have done the 5 Dakini practice or Tara practice maybe. Then just have a sense of you are not just ordinary human chunk of flesh and blood. So just if you have a sense of this divine pride, subtle body like a rainbow body, clear, transparent, and energy body. I want you to have that sense in terms of visualization. So that's very important. Next one is posture, physical posture and physical movement. And also mudra, hand mudra, and eye gaze. Everything effect. Then the self-massage is very important. We do lots of massage. We wear the light clothes so that we massage directly onto the skin. Most of the time, like Tarun Turko, and those guys are naked. just on a little pants. Self massage is very important, and also pressure point. I'm gonna show you some pressure points. Those are very important. Everything are incorporated into this Rujong. It's called Rujong. This is the warming up training exercises. Tibetan yoga was influenced by Indian tradition yoga as well as by Chinese medicine and also indigenous tradition. So it's kind of mixture of everything, traditions, then created this unique mechanism. So Truko is like a machine of the body. Usually Truko in colloquial, Koru means machine, like a mechanism. So true means emanation or magical. This etymology is like a windmill really circling around, right? Then create some kind of grain, for example. So that's the thing. Magically, something appeared by doing this. So machine. So this true call. Then we use the shaking, lots of shaking, dispersing the energy, shaking, and also vibration, and the percussion hitting while you are holding the bunchen. It's very effective to disperse the energy, activate the energy. Energy means I'm talking about wind, prana. And then holding a breath and stretching, of course, some stretching the channel. So not only stretching the muscle, in the yoga we do stretching, lots of stretching, right? But by doing that, then bring the prana into certain areas. So we do lots of stretching of the side channel. Then dance and song that we incorporate those elements as well to open up the throat chakra as well as the heart. So inside out and outside in, you will know what I mean. So in terms of anatomy, just in case you don't know, this is the central channel running. This is not the physical, so we cannot see, but this is the central. Then the two side channel running, then curved from here, the forehead level, then end at the root of the nostril. That's the side channel. When you visualize, I want you to visualize like that, especially when you do the 9-round cleansing breath. But usually we are like this, choked, side channels, choking the central channel. In other words, no prana is flowing into the central channel. This is like a plumbing system, was choked. That's why prana cannot flow. But completion stage, whole idea in the tantric practice is bringing a wind, prana, into the central channel and bring it to the heart center. Not only just bring it, may allow it to dissolve and mix completely. So that's the kind of goal of this tantric practice. One way to say. That's why we want to do this kind of exercise. For example, twisting, untying the knot, and also disparting, stretching the channel, and also shaking so that the element, this energy element, the bindu, come to the right place and dispersing, distributing. Okay, lots of word, but you will experience what I'm talking about in your own direct experience. One last thing I want to say is the importance of your mind, mental attitude, and heart, connection to the heart, as well as this movement or physical movement. We combine both. What I mean is, whenever you think about benefiting others, think about love for somebody or feel loving kindness toward all beings or whatever, then heart chakra start opening. Then whenever you have a negative thought about even about yourself or the jealousy or whatever, or the hatred or aversion towards something, then the heart chakra contract. We're going to combine, do our best to open heart from inside out, so to speak, as well as while you are doing the movement, so that untying, self-grasping, this solidification or grasping onto the this self-existence phenomena and the self, this idea, innately kind of stubborn idea, see if we can untie that knot through both way, physical or the movement, as well as mind, mental, and self-cherishing. This innate feeling that I'm more important to others. I'm different from others. So just to take a moment to notice, as if you are cooking food, delicious food. Put all the ingredients together and put on the heat. Start the cooking. Nice. Slow cooking is better. So see if you can now allow immerse yourself to the internal body, feeling body as well. Connect, breathe into your heart center. Think about something virtuous, perhaps dedication. May whatever goodness coming from today's practice benefit, serve all beings for their happiness and bring them to eternal joy.